Welcome and thank you for joining us on today's episode of the CWL Compass Ontario Provincial podcast. Our mission is to share with you our faith, which is our guiding direction, and to help women navigate with joyful purpose, spreading our love of God through ministry and service throughout Ontario. I'd like to welcome Betty Collinary, our National Vice President, to the CWL Compass podcast today. Betty, you are a busy woman, not just with the CWL, but in your home life, running a winery, but you've always served the CWL, we're going to call it serving with spirit. You have had the best heart and spirit of any of the members I know, and I know a lot of them, and a lot of them are full of spirit, but you're way up there, you're pep rally queen. So can you tell us what drew you to the CWL in the first place?
Well, thank you for having me first. I appreciate it. When we got married, I felt so blessed with everything that was happening in my family. So I went to my parish priest and I said, I really want to give back to the church. What can I do? And he said, you should join the CWL. And I said, and his name was Monsignor Pizzicella at the time. He was Father Pizzicella, but now he's Monsignor Pizzicella, and he always takes credit for it that he did. But it was ironic that he said that because my sister had already joined, and she had told me that she had attended a funeral, and she was so moved by the honor guard that they had done.
Oh, nice.
And she said to herself, well, if that's what they do for their members and honoring them so beautifully, I want to be a part of that organization. Nice. So she told me about it. And so when Monsignor said the same thing, I thought, that's a sign. I should join. So I did, and I felt that it was quite the blessing in my life. It gave me so much to be able to give back. That's how I started the CWL.
That's beautiful. And it's doubly affirming that you're in the right spot.
It certainly was. It was definitely a sign, that's for sure.
How do you nurture your spiritual life while supporting so many others in theirs?
I find that I am the most happiest when I'm helping others. When I am in service to others, that's where my greatest joy is. So they feel that I'm helping them, but in essence, they're really helping me because I feel closer to God when I do that. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm doing His work, and as He says, walking humbly with God, and that's a way of doing it.
Now, the national theme for let's say the next little while is Here I Am, Lord, Send Me. Now, we know you're not going to tell us what your new theme will be in August.
No, can do.
But how did this one speak to you, and did it help you to pick a new theme? And if you accidentally blurp it out, we won't tell anybody.
No. This theme was very powerful, and it does put a lot of pressure on me to come up with my theme for sure. But it's a very powerful theme because it's in essence confirming what I just was speaking about with my spiritual life, to say, yes, I am here for you. And please send me, have the confidence in me to do what you want me to do. Give me the strength to do what you want me to do. But in essence, you're confirming that, yes, here I am. Not someone else. Why someone else? But me. I will do it. You have asked me to do it. You've confided in me. You've encouraged me to do it. So give me the strength which you have. And now I will go forth with the Holy Spirit to give me strength. Yes, I will go forth. Send me.
And that you did. What have you learned from the women around you in the league?
Oh, where do I begin?
Yes, it's been a long league line of women.
Well, one big thing is how to pack, that's for sure. You
never taught me how to pack yet. What's up with that?
They really know how to pack, let me tell you. But I've learned so much. I have learned how to be with people, how to interact with people. They've been encouraging leadership skills, how to present. There's so much that they've taught, and even how to make amazing cookies too. So can't discard that. That's for sure. But it's their wisdom, their knowledge, their encouragement. They have been such a source of inspiration, and just how to be in our community, how to, even with going to government, they've taught me how to present resolutions, which is amazing, how to do that properly. There's so many skills that they've conveyed over the years, and have been nothing but a wealth of information.
That they have been for all of us.
Yes.
And I think that we're onto something. I think you should do an episode on how to pack for the conventions. I could really use that. 101, packing 101. What would you say to encourage women who feel unsure about stepping into leadership?
Leadership can be scary. It can be. But it's when you step out of that comfort zone that you do even more. Yeah. What God, as I always tell in my presentations, God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. So He will qualify you. And it may be scary to take that first step, but it's worth it. Because in the long run, the benefits far outweigh the fear of taking that first step. You will be enriched with so much more by just taking that step. And there are people all around you to support you, to help you. That's been the greatest source of encouragement, is everyone giving you that encouragement to know that you can step forward and take that position. You will have help. You're not alone. No. Not only is God with you, but all the members that are with you to support you. That's
true. I think I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the sisters in the CWL encouraging me or telling me, you can do it, you can do it. It's very, very reaffirming, and it's very loving to get that support from some other people that you may not know very well.
Absolutely.
Or you know well enough to give them that push or that encouragement.
Absolutely.
Can you share a time when someone's encouragement made all the difference to you?
Well, there's been so many. There were times that I doubted my qualifications, whether I was worthy to be in the position I was in, whether I was capable of doing it. And I had so many honorary life members, especially, that were encouraging and saying, no, you can. We're here for you. You can do it. We know you can do it. And after, especially after you do a presentation or your report, and to have people come up to you and say, wow, that was great. You know, that meant a lot, just to know that what you had said had an impact in some way, some form. But it was just the encouragement of knowing that what you had put forward was something that touched them in some way, you know.
I can say I've heard and seen and maybe even participated in some of your presentations over the years, and you have one heck of a great prayer line, because God has always answered your prayers. You're always presenting. Your presentations are always awesome.
Thank you. That means a lot.
What makes the CWL unlike any other organization?
Well, as I always tell my family, they know that I say I bleed blue. So it's an organization that has been in my life, more than half of my life. I've been in the CWL for more than half of my life.
Wow.
And it means so much to me because it gives you more than you put in. You put in so much, but you receive more from the benefits are far greater. And first and foremost, CWL is faith-based. And that is the whole premise of what we're all about. That's our major foundation and gives us the strength and the courage to do anything that we do. But beyond that, it's a sisterhood from coast to coast to coast. I can pick up the phone in any province that I go to and know that if I need help, there's a sister there that will help me. Other organizations can't necessarily say that.
No.
And to present to government is another big issue that we're proud to say that we do. We go to government, we visit government, we bring our issues to them. And why do they allow us to do that? They respect us for our organization and the fact that we come prepared. We're very organized in what we do and what we present. And the issues that we present are not just Catholic issues. They're issues that affect the whole community, everyone in Canada. We are for God in Canada.
Yeah.
So it benefits everyone in our parish, communities, and nationwide. And to say that we are a nationwide organization, you know, the largest women's organization in Canada, that's huge. Not everyone can say that. So that's just skimming the surface of so many things that make the CWL what it is. But first and foremost, of course, faith. But we're unique. That sisterhood, that bond that we have, that bond is huge.
It is.
And it means so much to know that you have sisters across the country praying for you. If you need anything, you just pick up the phone, call anybody, email anybody, pray. Not even just to pray for something of a sorrowful nature, but a joyful nature.
Yeah.
When you have someone has a baby born in the family, everyone rejoices.
Exactly.
A marriage, everyone rejoices.
Yeah.
So we all rejoice together. We cry together. We laugh together.
Yeah. Perfect mix of everything.
Absolutely.
Now, what's one small thing a council can do today to become a little more vibrant?
I think they have to be open to new ideas. Mm-hmm. Be willing to change if need be. To see what the pulse of what's going on in their parish and in their community. If they've always been going to the meeting at that same time, at the same day, and the same month, maybe they have to change the time if the younger generation can't come at that time, or maybe they have to change the day or the format. Make it more interesting, make it more fun. Don't make it, yes, we have to do the business part. I'm not going to say we don't do the business part, but make it fun as well. Yeah. There's got to be that element of interest that captures their interest in what's going on in the world today. Everyone's concerned with social justice issues, especially. So make that the focus maybe for one of your meetings. It doesn't have to be at every meeting, but be open to changing the format and intriguing to the young people, something that they want to see. Ask them, what would you like to see at a meeting? What would you like to come and be part of at a meeting?
Exactly.
And adapt it to that. So I think open to change and open to making it more of an interesting nature. And even the format, where you have it, doesn't necessarily always have to be at the parish hall.
No.
Go to another location.
Yeah.
Go to an art gallery and see something there.
Yeah.
And make it a welcoming atmosphere so that everyone will feel welcomed.
Right.
It has to be something that would intrigue women of all ages.
Yes.
And but be willing to bend, and not be so rigid with your structure.
Yes.
Open to change.
Open to change. That's always good. Now, speaking of change, I understand there's an initiative going on with the R1?
R321 Unity.
R321. See, the initiative is very new in my mind. I didn't even know all the numbers. Would you care to explain a little bit about that?
Yes. Well, it started with the One campaign. The membership was always been an ongoing concern, so the number one kept coming to mind. Always one. It just takes one step forward, one person to act, one. So the One campaign was born. From that initiative, to continue the momentum, we came up with the R321 Unity to make it sound like a blast off. R321 blast off.
Oh, I like it.
So that was the point of to continue the momentum of the campaign. So the idea is to have a representative in each province, a life member. And why we chose a life member was because we wanted to utilize our wonderful life members that we have across the country to make them feel useful. And they have the wisdom that they can tap into. They're the ones that they could say, well, yes, this happened to me in my time, and this is how we handled it, and so on. So we're life members, one in each province, and each province, those that don't have a diocese, well, they will go straight to the parish. Those with a diocese, the diocese will have a team leader as well. So the idea is to get the communication going from between the levels. So the chairperson will be the vice president. So presently I am the chairperson. So I am in contact with the provincial leaders, and they are reporting to me what's happening in their dioceses or provinces. The idea, bottom line, is communication. That's all we want. It's not to create more work by any means for anyone at any level, but it's to have that communication going between the levels to understand what's happening. We don't want members not returning. We don't want disbanding by any means. So we're hoping that with doing this, we'll get to the councils and the members before they reach the point of disbanding. How can we help? The first question, above all else, is how can we help? Yeah. So once we know that there's a problem, or maybe there isn't a problem, whatever, just the conversation needs to be happening.
Right.
So how can we address problems if we don't know what the problems are?
Exactly.
So And sometimes people are afraid to ask.
Yes.
They feel that they might know the answer, what's coming, and they don't want to ask the question.
Yeah, they don't want the answer, but communication is key,
That's right.
right? You really need to have an open line both ways.
Exactly.
We
If you don't
need them to
ask-
know that.
That's right. If
Not
you
to
don't
be
ask
afraid.
the question,
Yeah.
you can't help.
Yeah.
So once the question's asked, we hear what's going on, we can address it. But
Right.
if we don't know, at the national level, if we don't hear what's coming from the grassroots, how can we help them?
Exactly.
So I want that reaching across so that we're all communicating, we're talking, and just to keep that communication going.
I love it. I love it. What do you love most about seeing councils across Canada in action?
The excitement. I love, especially conventions, when they come to conventions and you hear what they're doing in each of their areas.
Yeah.
It's exciting because you say, well, there's action, there's things happening in there. And then service, that they're being of service, and that's the greatest gift that we can give to God, of course,
Right.
is to see that service in their area. And that there's activity happening. It's important to see that we're vibrant. I want everyone to see that CWL is not just in the kitchen. We're out in the communities, we're out in our parishes, we're out in everywhere we can be to
Right.
help. Anything that's out there
Yeah.
of service, we are there.
Yes. Service, social justice.
So, absolutely.
We try to help everywhere.
Helping
You're right.
wherever we can.
What keeps you inspired to serve even when it gets hard?
I think my inspiration mostly comes from faith. My faith is the ultimate that reminds me that that's my mission. Our mission is His Great Commission, right?
Yeah.
To be called. We were baptized. We're meant to be here.
True.
And we're meant to do what He wants us to do. So every once in a while when the tears come and I say, I don't know, Lord, if I can do this, then He reminds me.
Yep. And the tears
You are
come
called.
because we believe so strongly in it. that
Absolutely.
We get emotional about things like this. Because Lord knows I get emotional a lot. And I'm thinking, why are you doing this to me?
Yes.
And it's because He's talking. He's stirring it in us.
Absolutely.
And He's saying, keep going, girl. You got this. And I got you. And now we're Sonny and Cher. I got you, babe. But okay.
But absolutely. But as He says, I didn't come to calm the waters. I came to,
Yeah,
stir them. So,
yeah.
and He didn't expect us to have a smooth ride either.
No.
So we have to be mindful of that and remember it's not smooth sailing. And and so many times I've noticed that in that difficulty, I've strengthened somewhat more
True.
in persevering
Yeah.
because He has given me that strength.
Yeah.
And it's almost as if He's trying to show me, this is the lesson you must learn in order to move forward.
Exactly.
And I've been the richer for it.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to get you through it, girl. Just
Yes,
believe me.
absolutely.
We'll do it. We'll do it
If
together.
He takes you to it, He'll take you through it.
Exactly. And sometimes He takes it to you and you're going, really? We're going to get through this? Okay, here we go. All you, Lord.
If He puts a Goliath in front of you, He believes there's a David in you.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. Yeah. Do you have a favorite CWL memory that still makes you laugh? You probably have tons of them.
So many. There are many memories that make me laugh, but I think it's in the skits that we would do.
Yeah.
There are so many skits and things that we've done with costumes and different things that we've done. That there's so many. I don't know where to begin.
Well, we know that as national president, you'll probably have a lot more laughs, and we'll ask you in a few years.
Definitely.
If you had a CWL superhero cape, what would be your superpower? We know your superhero cape would be full of rhinestones, but what superpower would be you specifically?
My superpower. I think compassion. I think compassion would be my superpower. I have empathy for others. I can feel what they're feeling, and I can sympathize with it. And I think in understanding that, I can help them through what they're going through, and just to be there with them.
Yeah,
I think that's probably would be my superpower, compassion.
I would agree. What book or prayer always lifts your spirits?
The Journey to Emmaus. I've always been intrigued by that story in the gospel because I always felt a connection to it in the sense that they're walking along, they don't realize it's him because as we do, we walk along in our faith journey, we don't necessarily see Jesus as beside us or in the person beside us. So, and then he is revealed to us. But I love that line, were your hearts not burning when you heard the words? So as a Eucharistic, not a Eucharistic, I'm sorry, as a minister of the word, I have often, when I have gone up to say the words on Sunday Mass, I think, were your hearts not burning when you heard those words? And I feel that sense of that and how powerful it is to convey his words. Yeah. So to be able to say that we are on that journey with him and to hear him speak, not necessarily directly, but through others. And then when you get that sense inside you, you say, was your heart not burning when you heard that person speak or when you helped that person? And there's that God moment. So that story's always resonated with me.
That's a beautiful story. I was told that you are a big fan of The Chosen.
Yes.
I know someone else in this room that's a big fan of The Chosen.
Absolutely.
I, however, have not watched The Chosen yet.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I've been told I have to.
Absolutely.
So I think I'm going to, pull this up. Got to put it on my list. Everybody is always recommending some show. Now, why would you recommend this show? What do you like about it?
I absolutely love it. I don't like it.
I don't like it. I love it.
I love it. I can't say enough about it. From the very first episode that I watched, I was moved deeply. For me, I envision Jesus that way. That's the way I envision Jesus, with his beautiful eyes that seem to know exactly what you're thinking and knows what's in your heart. His mannerism, his humor, even that it conveys a sense of humor that Jesus would have. He would have to, or else we wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah.
So the wonderful sense of humor, but in the beautiful smile, just his compassion with people. He conveys the gentleman that portrays Jesus, Jonathan Romy, portrays him perfectly of the way I would envision Jesus would be. That's the way he is in my mind. And the story, the way it is portrayed, the story is portrayed, it gives a perfect timeline. Because a lot of times at church, we hear the gospel bits and pieces, and they may not be in the same context of what we're referring
it's
to.
not like
and
next week on this episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where The Chosen is.
Yeah.
It gives you the complete timeline.
Okay.
And you start to understand, you go, oh, is that what it meant when he said that and when that happened? And
Okay, so it's
it gives you-
chronological.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the history of the time.
Yeah.
So you get a better understanding of why the people were the way they were, or behaved the way they were, or judged women the way they did because of the times. So it gives you a better understanding of the people, the Jewish people, their customs, even the Jewish customs. I've learned a lot with that as well. And even the way the story portrayed the woman with the hemorrhage, for example.
Right.
When it says in the gospel, she touched her, just a piece, if she could just touch a piece of his cloak. Well, it was beautifully portrayed because it wasn't even his cloak, it was the strings that were from his cloak. She knew that if she had touched his cloak, he would then be considered unclean. So just by touching the fringe of his cloak, she knew that that would be okay and it wouldn't endanger Jesus. But how it's beautifully portrayed and how he reacts to her and how he reacts to the people in the stories we have heard so much about, you get a better understanding of the whole situation and why he reacted the way he did and how the people reacted the way they did. And how we pick those apostles is pretty something too. So you get a better understanding of why he chose who he chose, because sometimes you say, really, a tax collector? Really? Yeah. But back then, it was the lowest of the low. So you get an understanding of that, and of Peter, and of all the people that come into play.
Yeah.
It's just so beautifully laid out. But most of all, to me, it just touched me so because that's who I envisioned him to be. The way he is in my mind the way I saw him, and it's done so well as far as location, staying true to the gospel, and because they do rely on people that are knowledgeable in the gospel and not just saying a story. They actually research to make sure they are true to the time and relaying the story properly. So it's just so well done, and the characters themselves are just so immersed in their characters that they portray them very well. Jonathan Rumi, the actor himself, is very devout Catholic. So that also adds to the attraction of the whole series, because he's not just acting, he means what he's saying. And I remember seeing him in an interview, and he said, if you could sit with Jesus and ask him a question, what would you say? And he said, how did I do? Did I get it right?
Yeah.
So it means a lot to him to portray him properly. So that means a lot to me too. So
excellent.
Can't say enough about it. Highly recommended.
So that's 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs, fingers, you name it. Yes, everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
High five.
You have to watch it, Emma.
I'm going to probably try soon. Now, this is a really tough question. Tea, coffee, or wine?
Wine.
I knew you were going to say that.
That goes without saying.
Serving with spirit. That's where we came with that.
Come on. What was Jesus' first miracle?
There you go. Exactly. So, Betty, it's been fun speaking with you, talking with you. We weren't speaking. We were talking. We were having a warm conversation because you're just that kind of a person, warm and loving. And I followed your CWL career for a long time. I'm very proud of you. I watched you become the provincial president, and I'm hoping to continue watching you grow in the national presidency. And I just have to say one thing. Good things grow in Ontario. And that, my friends, is Betty Collinari. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Please make sure to subscribe to YouTube or wherever you may get your podcasts. We hope you'll join us for our next episode.